guys, let's take a quick minute here. I want to give a special thanks to Knoxville Steel Extractors for their sponsorship in our upcoming car show. They specialize in industrial and commercial welding and fabrication. Thanks. Well, we got another good one pulled up here at the Long and Low filling station. That's what I'm calling that now.
Oh yeah, that's a good name.
Well, we've got Craig with us again. This is not your first time on the channel.
No, I had that 71 Camaro on.
Yeah, and now he brought this little jewel right here. And I'll tell you, I'm in love with this. I'm absolutely in love with the look of this truck. Why don't you go ahead and give us a rundown on it? Year, make, model, motor, all the good stuff.
Well, it's a 1961 Chevrolet Apache 10. It's a long wheelbase, which most people don't do, but we like the long and low.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it came from Apple Valley, California. It's trucked in here in the back of a semi truck into Tennessee. And when I first got it, it looked pretty bad. I mean, it was solid, but it seemed like it set up real high. It had 1050 tires on it, and
set up like a 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, but it's 2-wheel. So I ended up getting it, and I cleaned it up a lot. There was a lot of work, just elbow grease cleaning it up, and put different wheels on it, and lowered it with a torch in the back, and it's got torsion bars in the front, which is I don't know if you dealt with torsion bars or not.
Toyotas.
Yeah, but I guess from 60 to 62, they had torsion bar front ends, and you could just loosen them up, and the truck just dropped right down, you know.
Oh yeah, that's easy. That's the easiest way. That's what you want right there.
So, but anyway, so it's a 61 model. It's original V8 truck. It's still got a V8 in it. It's got a 327 in it. It's got a 5-speed. It's got 12-bolt rear end out of a later model truck. It's got disc brake conversion, power steering. It's really nice to drive. It don't look like much.
I like the way it looks. It's got that look.
It runs and drives right on the interstate traffic, just like a new one.
Did you put the motor in it?
No,
it
came in it when I got it.
I like that you kept with the 327.
Yeah, it's. I'm not sure if it's original to the truck or not, but you know, it runs so good, and I've never run numbers or nothing on it. That's what I assume it is. But yeah, it seems to do real good.
This is a great looking truck. Now, the big thing about these particular trucks is the hood.
Right.
And the look of this hood, just, man, just amazing.
That was only 2 years they had that hood.
Right.
And they call it a pig nose, which is kind of odd to me, but they made it 60 and 61 was the only years they had that hood, and it's a hard hood to find if you need one.
Right. The hood is just, man.
And the double headlights, you know, that's 2 years only.
It's a lot of good features on this truck, and I don't know why that they only done that stuff for 2 years, but I mean, out of all the trucks in the years that they made these, this got to be my favorite.
I've done a little bit of research on the hood and this body style truck, and the hood was so expensive to make, they said that they didn't even make a surplus of them for parts.
Wow. So
in the early 60s, if you needed a hood, when you went back to the factory, or not to the factory, but dealership, you needed a replacement hood, you didn't get this hood, you got a 63 up hood.
Right.
So that tells you how rare they are if they didn't even have them back then.
These inserts right here, you replace these?
I did.
Man, they look good.
It's a factory set, but they're re-chromed.
I tell you that, you know, in these vehicles in the 60s, the 50s, the manufacturers really had an eye to make these, because that's how they sold the car, was the look. It's not like today where everything's just kind of essentially the same on the same platform, all the makers, to a certain degree.
Right.
But back then, they really took time, and I mean, they really put a lot of effort into this stuff to make them look the way they look. I mean, golly.
Well, if you look at this truck and you think that era car, you know, you got the 59 Chevrolet car, had kind of the same little things on the hood, and I guess they carried it over to the truck. 60.
Well, that, you know, you brought that up, the 59 Impala and the 60. The 60 was a little different. The 59 had a few little things here and there. The trunk lids were a little different. But again, 2 years, and then they were done. They were the flat wing cars in 2 years, and they were out of them.
Yeah.
61 in the Impalas, the whole rear end section changed them, and the front end. But I mean, they're all super popular. But that 59 and 60, and then these here, man, they're sought after.
Right.
This hood right here is really sought after. A lot of people look for that hood, and they bring tremendous amount of money when you find one. And this one here is in really good shape.
Yeah, that's thankfully it's from California, I guess. That's
Right.
very little rust on this truck.
And you drive this truck a lot.
Yeah, that's my favorite vehicle to drive that I own. I own several, and that's my favorite one. I've got brand new vehicles, and I just soon drive this one as a new one.
I can understand that.
We was talking about those Impalas and things. You know, they incorporated that X frame in the Impalas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 60, 61, and 62, the Chevrolet trucks incorporated that same X
Right.
frame under. So this truck's got it. You'll be able to see it when she shows you in the where the wood's missing in the bed. You can actually see the frame, so you can see what I'm talking about. But it had an X frame. It was only a 3-year frame only, and that frame was the first of the independent front suspension trucks, and it had torsion bars like we was talking about before. But that body style truck, when it came out in 1960, that was a whole new design. It was lower, it was wider. And,
They were designed to ride like cars
Mhm.
with cool springs all the way around and torsion bars in the front.
they considered it the first luxury truck, or
Yeah.
more than just a work truck. These was designed for comfort and looks.
Right. And that really was in the early 60s. That's when that concept actually got adopted to what you see now with these 4-door trucks and things like that, real luxury
Right.
pickup trucks. Because prior to that, if you had a truck, you had a farm, or you were doing construction, you were working the truck.
Exactly. You bought a truck to work.
Right. It's not like today where you buy one to go to the grocery store in.
Right.
Or, a lot of people have them nowadays, and that's their family vehicle.
Oh yeah.
With the 4-door mega cab trucks,
They're nicer than the older cars was the trucks are.
Yeah.
Now.
and now this is right here where it all started.
Yeah.
Right here.
It sure was. And that thing, compared to the 50s trucks like the 59,
Mm-hmm.
and back straight axle front end, they never drove great because straight axle.
Right.
You know how straight axle drives.
Yeah.
And they had very solid suspension, and they had the leaf springs in the back.
Mhm.
And these came out with coils in the back. This was this truck right here, not this particular truck, but the 60, 61 was really the first modern truck. I feel like we was talking about before, not just comfort and looks, but in a lot of innovations that they carried over to the later trucks.
They really did, and I love these trucks, and particularly the ones with per se the pignose hood. You don't see those, and it's because they only produce so many of them hoods,
Mm-hmm.
and the hood really, it changes the whole look of the front of these trucks compared to what you've seen in 63 and up.
Right.
It just looks more luxurious. You had the added chrome pieces here and things like that.
Well, that and actually that's the first one I've ever seen, and I don't know if it came factory that way or not, but it had the chrome was in to start with when I got this truck, and I'd never seen that before. And this got the factory V8 emblem, but most of them, even with the chrome grille, had the white inserts in the hood. So I don't know if that was a factory option on these trucks or not. But other options that this truck's got is the big back window. That was an optional thing. It's supposed to eliminate the blind spots, which is also another thing that carries over to modern vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
But you can get this with a small back window or the big back window. And also it's the deluxe. It's got all the chrome on it that, down the side. A lot of people don't even know it's the factory chrome down the side of it, but they think it's something added on.
In this early 60s, for a man to go buy a truck like this, he had a little bit of money.
Yeah, I would say.
This is not something that you would go buy.
Right.
You had to have a little bit of money in your pocket, and you probably wasn't really looking to work this truck like you would an earlier 50s or a leaf spring truck or even a straight axle truck.
Yeah, the man or woman that bought this truck originally, they picked out a lot of options. It's like you said, it's got a lot of the looks.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't buy this truck as a work truck. They bought this truck as, they got the chrome grille, chrome bumpers, the V8. They got, the big back window, long wheelbase.
They really wanted to look good when they were going somewhere.
Imagine what this truck looked like when it came out of the lot, and I'd say it was beautiful.
And it's funny because that's really saying something, because in that time, people did not buy a truck. Trucks were not looked at like that. They were not looked at like that at all. They were utility work vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
And this right here this is exactly where what you have now. This is where it started right here.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like I said, another thing I like about the early '60s, the C10s, is it's nothing. It's the first. It's where C10 started.
Right.
This was Apache C10, which is a conventional two-wheel drive truck with, half ton. And so that's where C10 started, was 60.
Right.
And but this has got that wraparound front windshield. They call it a knee knocker cab, for good reason. I mean, if you get in and out of these trucks,
yeah.
you'll realize why they call it a knee knocker cab. That's one of my favorite. I've got other trucks that's 64 and up, and I like this style better.
I do. I really do. My 60, that knee knocker cab, that carried through on the 59 and the 60 Impalas and Bel Airs too, and the Biscayne.
It sure did.
It's really just, it's style is what it is. And like you said, they tried to eliminate blind spots with it. But even with like that big back glass, there was several rear glass options in those Impalas also.
Yeah.
They had the one that was almost panoramic.
Yeah, the one that had a porch roof on it. They called it.
Yeah, it hung over.
Yeah, that's always a cool thing.
I really liked that particular one on the El Camino, 59 El Camino,
Right.
and the roof, because you've got that essentially small truck cab.
Right.
And then that drops off and then panoramic.
But the cool thing is, everyone's got in common was the early 60s.
Yep, it's early
Late
60s.
50s, early 60s. I mean, the styling was just there.
There's a couple of periods in time for Chevrolet that they really hit the nail on the head. And that was probably the late 60s with the Camaros, the Tri-5 era, and then 59 and 60. They really just hit it out of the ballpark with those.
For sure.
Yeah, I love looking at these old trucks. And I really appreciate you bringing this by and letting us check it out. And I tell you, it looks so good up here in front of my filling station. I believe we'll just keep her.
Well,
I pulled my 60 up here, man, it'll look good.
yes, something that could be arranged.
I hear that.
But yeah, we've got a lot of future plans for this truck. Like I said, we're probably gonna put air ride on it and lower it down and do some odds and ends. And I'd like to do the interior real nice, make it when you get in it, it feels nice and clean and everything. I've got a 3-deuce intake I'm gonna put on. I'm gonna leave the V8, the small block Chevrolet. I ain't gonna LS this one. Everybody's LSing them now. I think I want to leave this kind of an old school look with 3-deuce on it. I think that would be pretty killer.
Now, with that kind of work that you're talking about going into this thing with the air ride, redoing the interior, what are your plans for the body? Are you going to leave just like this?
I think I just love the way it looks. It gets more attention than a painted truck would, I think.
It's got the look.
I feel like it does.
It does. It's got the look. And what you're talking about doing is really not taking anything away from it. It's just making it a very good, drivable, comfortable vehicle.
Well, how do you reproduce, what Mother Nature took, 60 years to make? This is the original paint on this truck on 90% of it.
I watch a lot of these guys, and they'll go in, and some of them are really good, at making patina, but really at the end of the day, it's just something that you can't duplicate, and this has a perfect amount of patina on it. It would be very hard to recreate something like this and make it look anywhere near as good as this one looks. But man, it certainly is a very nice truck, and I like to see you out running it, and I just absolutely love the fact it's long bed. That's what I love: 4-door cars and long bed trucks.
That's why they call you long and low.
That's right. Yeah. You get out there and we're actually kindly running out of short bed trucks. So a lot of people cutting these down. They're cutting down the 4-door Tri-5s now to 2-door. And I don't know. I've always liked the look of 4 doors on certain vehicles and long beds on certain setup trucks. I think you can do it, and I think you can make it look good. But up to that's just a few years ago. If you had a long bed truck or a 4-door car, them were parts cars.
Right.
And
that's a donor car.
And it's actually starting to change a little bit. Now
Right.
you're seeing a lot more of them out now.
Well, eventually, I mean, we're gonna have a shortage of long bed trucks.
That's true.
On the old trucks like this, because just the same reason they cut them down, use them for parts trucks, donor trucks,
Exactly.
and to find a long wheelbase that's not, been beat down,
Right.
because they was used for the work trucks.
Now the long beds they were
Yeah.
straight up work trucks. Yeah.
You could throw a 8-foot piece of plywood in there and carry your plywood, all coal, whatever.
I've got an 8-foot long bed truck back there, and that's the best thing about it. I can throw a sheet of 8-foot OSB in the back and go. It ain't hanging way out the back.
Yeah.
This thing.
This right here, I mean, I don't think I want to haul no sand or gravel in the back of it.
No.
It
No.
It might sift right through.
I know where you're going with that. You might lose just a little bit. Probably not much.
They should be able to see the X frame in there as well, because where the wood's messed up, they can see it.
Now, did you replace the fuel tank in this? Because I noticed
No, I didn't.
it's still behind the seat.
It is.
Nice.
Sure is, and it's kind of odd,
You ever get?
Most of them has already been put back to back, because it seems like it'd be a dangerous thing.
Well,
sitting
yeah,
on a gas tank.
I've always thought that. Do you ever get any smell back, any fume out of it?
I do when I first put fuel in it, but the rubber neck that goes from here to the tank I think it's dry rotted or something, because if you ain't got the nozzle completely in there, it actually start running out into the cab. So that is part of future plans, is to remove the tank out behind the seat.
Well, things like that, I mean, you can't really blame somebody that's really want to drive a truck and enjoy
Mm-hmm.
it. There's certain things with all these old cars, if you're really going to get them out and run them like we run them, there's certain things that you are going to have to modernize and things like that, and updated brakes and power steering. It's just things that make it a comfortable driver.
Right.
I know you're a lot like myself. I will get my car out and I want to drive it.
Yeah,
I just don't want it to sit. I don't want it to sit in a trailer. I want to drive it.
I drive every one of mine. I've got, like I told you before, I've got several, and Finn the Camaro, and I've got 55 Chevrolets. I've got more C10s. I've got Pro Street trucks. I've got plenty of vehicles, but I like to drive every one of them.
That's me.
This is by far my favorite. This is my favorite one to drive.
You know what the best thing about, people ask me this from time to time, why do you like a rat rod? Why do you like a rat rod so well? Because I can drive it, and if a rock jumps up and knocks the paint off, I'm never going to know it. It just, let it go, it's fine.
You won't see a sign on this that says, please don't touch.
Right, exactly. You can, my 60, I will get in that car and just go. I don't worry about it.
Right.
And the Cadillac, I do worry about the Cadillac a little more so in the fashion that if somebody slams into it, how hard is it going to be to get that fender?
Exactly.
It's like this hood.
What I was fixing to say. It's the same way I feel about this hood, but I do have another one of these trucks, but it's actually a nice truck too. I don't think I'd want to tear the hood off of it.
Right on. Now, I mean, in an aspect like that, yeah, you'll have those thoughts, but you're like myself, and I enjoy driving the car. I enjoy talking about them and fooling with them. And they're made to drive, and they're made to have fun with. It's a hobby.
Well, I love them. I love all of them. It don't have to be a certain make, certain model. It could be just about any of them. If it's old and it's got that cool look to it,
That's
I'm
me.
in.
I don't have a certain. A lot of these guys will be either Ford or Chevy guys. I like them all. I can find one in every brand I like.
Yeah, me too.
And it's just, just car guys. I really appreciate you bringing this by. And I really like it. Every time you come by here, you got something cool. Every time.
We try to change the inventory every now and then.
I hear that. Well, as we all do. But Craig, I appreciate you coming
Yes, sir.
on. Really showing this off, man. This thing is just amazing looking truck, and I know you're enjoying the heck out of it.
Right.
And if you ever get tired of enjoying it, just bring it over. I'll enjoy it a little
There
bit
you
for
go.
you. Well, I really appreciate you bringing the truck by. And
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people out there, they like these old trucks, as myself. And so I really appreciate, you taking the time to come over here and show this off. And there's another added thing too. We've got an upcoming car show, the Old School Showdown. And I just want to really thank you for jumping in and sponsoring that show and showing you that you care about what we're doing
Definitely.
here. I really appreciate that. Now, you guys mark your calendars. That show will be coming up the first weekend, the first Saturday in May. Check out our Facebook. You can get all the information there. We'll hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We really appreciate all the support, and we will catch you guys next time.